Well, one of the things that I learned as I was studying animals for my dissertation is that God is really creative, and you can see that just in nature, being in nature, hearing the sounds and seeing this. It's amazing. If you pay attention, you can see little details that you wouldn't normally notice, details that give God glory. And one of the little nuggets that I uncovered in my study of animals for my dissertation was what I like to call the most overlooked animal in the Bible. It's overlooked because the electronic search string that I used to find all the animals, all 3,805 references to the animals in the Bible, this one didn't come up, and I found it by reading through Scripture manually, the old-fashioned way. And I wonder if you can think of this animal. Where in the Bible is a sponge mentioned? See, I have here a little sponge for show and tell, and we think of a sponge as a synthetic object, which is why the electronic search string didn't pick it up as a creature, because it's a thing. But back in Jesus' day, they didn't have sponges. They had sea sponges, and the sea sponge is an animal. And the place where you find a sea sponge, it's mentioned 3 times, but it's only once. It only appears once in the recorded history, and that is on Calvary. When Jesus was being crucified, he said, one of the 7 sayings he said on the cross was, "I thirst." And there's an account of a Roman soldier taking a sponge and dipping it in sour wine or vinegar and placing it on the edge of a spear and lifting it up to his lips. And when he tasted that it was vinegar, he declined it. And it was just a very poignant moment. And you think, well, what's going on there? Well, I did a deep dive, no pun intended, on sponges, and found that sponges were used in the Roman world for one main thing: personal hygiene in the latrine. So if you used the toilet, you would clean yourself with a sponge that was available publicly. You would dip it in vinegar to disinfect it from the previous person's use. And so why would there be a sponge and a bucket of vinegar on Calvary? And the answer is it was the Roman soldier's toilet. And so that was just a very poignant truth to uncover in the study, and something I think of now whenever I see a sponge.